All right, guys, welcome to the Buyers Fox podcast. We've got a very special guest in the hot seat today. He's my kid brother. He's 21 years old. He's got 2 properties. He's sitting on about 250 to 300K of equity, which is insane. He started property at 19 years old. He started on a modest wage as an ex-chippy, $13 an hour. If you are listening and you're thinking about getting into the market or you're sitting on 1 or 2 properties, this will be the perfect podcast for you. Listen in. Flynn, take us back to the moment. You're 21, young gun. You got 2 properties, right?
Yeah.
You just bought your second one. When did you buy your first one?
When
How
I
old
bought
were
my
you?
first one.
Yeah.
First one, I
How
was
old were you?
19.
19 years
I was
old.
turning 20.
Mm-hmm.
We got it like just on the cusp of going into being a 20-year-old.
Yep.
Uh,
Why did you want to buy a property at 19? Because, you know, a lot of kids, 18, 19, like you would have been saving up since 16, 17, right? So
Yeah.
it wasn't just 19, I'm buying a property. Why the first property? What made you get into property?
well, mate, the reason's sitting across the table from me.
Oh, who's that?
Jakey McGregor. Mate, I watched you like do your whole journey and then it kind of put 1 and 1 together to make 2. And I realised,
You saw something was working.
yeah, something's working with Jake here. My parents are doing it too. My other brother's doing it. So I think I'm going to jump on and do
Well,
the
if it
same
makes
thing.
sense, why not, you know?
Yeah.
What were you doing at the time?
I was a carpenter. I was an apprentice
Carpenter,
chippy.
Apprentice chippy.
Mate.
And you loved it, right? You loved it.
Oh, it was the best. It was so good. I'd go back and do it again.
Why didn't you like it?
Oh, it was just,
Was it hard?
it was
Big, long hours.
It was rough. It was a lot of labour under the sun all day, every day. Just for like
How much were
13
you making? What was the hourly?
I was making like $13.90 to be exact.
Oh, there you go. How good's that?
Yeah, it was
After
it-
tax, what's that, like $10?
yeah.
How good.
$50 after weekend feed.
Mate, I know the pain. I went through that for years. Man, how long did it take you? How long did it honestly take you to save up that first deposit? And how much did you have going into your first property at 19? Because it would have been years. You would have started like 16, right? 17.
Yeah, I started when I was 17. And I think by the time I was 19, I saved up, it was like 45, 50 grand or something.
Yeah, I think you had about 50, right?
It was about 50 grand. I was
That's
saving.
not bad.
I was saving
bad.
so
10
hard.
bucks? No, that was $13 an hour. You got 50K.
Yeah,
19. Why didn't you go out and buy a mad car?
Oh, just didn't make sense to me. If I went and bought a mad car, then I wasn't getting a house anytime soon.
Yeah.
Because then I'm starting from zero again. Just $13.
What'd you have to sacrifice to save up? Because, you know, like you were obviously doing really long hours on that wage. It would have been hard to save 50,000 at 19.
Sacrificed a lot of time. Monday, I was doing work every Saturday, like minimum 6 hours.
Every Saturday,
like
6
yeah,
days a week.
The first year, I think
Oh,
I missed
God.
7 or 8. It was something crazy, and I just kept going Saturday work. I was working 10 hours every day, and yeah, I was just
And
saving
you're
up
like, well, I'm not doing this till I'm 60.
yeah, 100%, no way.
I think you had a couple older boys on site, didn't you? As well, like you're looking at it. You're like,
Oh yeah, they were all older. I couldn't
didn't relate with
yeah,
them.
no, there was honestly no one under 28 on site. And yeah, I remember just looking at them going, yeah, there's something here that I'm not too interested in sticking around for.
Yeah.
So definitely looking at getting a property was like a must for me, especially when I entered that tradie world.
Mm-hmm. And I want to dive a little bit deeper into this. What car were you driving at the time?
He knows this.
Because I asked you about like the sacrifice, and you didn't go into it.
Oh.
What were you driving around at the time?
So once I started, I was driving around the Mazda 3.
A Mazda 3.
Yeah, the nice Mazda 3 with
What'd you pay for that, bad boy?
Facebook Marketplace. I got a nice deal at $500.
Oh, what a bargain!
Yeah.
He's a buyer's agent now. He's on the hunt for bargains every day in property. He's got a bargain on the Mazda 3 back in the day. It's built into him.
Yeah, that's where I got the that was the start of the negotiation skills. Yeah.
So that's what's turned you into the buyer's agent today, right?
Yeah, 100%. That's exactly, that was the moment I knew.
And you're still driving that thing to this day?
Yeah.
Why didn't you buy? Why didn't you upgrade the car when you got 50K at 19? Because, I only ask because a lot of kids around 18, 19, they get 50,000, they go out and they spend it all on a car to show off to the mates. Why? You're in the perfect position to do it. Why go down the property route?
It just doesn't compute in my head buying a car, because then I know like the next property is going to take a hell of a lot longer to get.
Well, also you'll be stuck in that job still, right?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
You would be doing the same thing.
100% right.
Well, that car's not going to help you get out of the job.
Yeah, it wouldn't have changed anything buying a new car back then.
And let's just tell the listeners where you're at now. Like, you just bought your second property. That first property has performed outrageously.
Yeah, that first one was crazy.
What equity are you sitting at right now? You're 21 years old, 2 properties. What are you sort of sitting at net equity?
Somewhere around 250 to 300,000.
That's crazy. At 21 years old and you start on $13 an hour as a chippy, you're driving your Mazzy 3 to $500 and you're at 250,000 to 300,000 net equity.
Yep. And
so are you seeing what I'm seeing now? Imagine if you went and bought the car at 19, upgrade the car.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be sitting on 300K.
100%. I'd probably be sitting on $10 and still on site.
You probably still have the tool belt on.
Yeah, mate.
I think a lot of people, there'd be a lot of guys listening that are younger, 17, 18, 19, listening to your journey. What would you say back to them if they're in a similar position? They're on the tools. They kind of, they're obviously starting to realize they can't do this forever.
Save every dollar that you earn. Just any dollar you can save, make sure it stacks up, and then really look into property. Like, have a go at investing rather than going into the next weekend.
Yeah, because that's what a lot of people do. Hey, they're blowing it. They're blowing their weekly wages, like by having fun on the weekends.
Almost everyone.
Every week.
Especially as I was a tradie, just there was no one really thinking about it. I remember even the looks I'd get from some tradies, especially a lot older than me, they're just like, what is he talking about? It doesn't make sense buying investment properties. It's more just like, get my mortgage on my house.
Yeah, so buy a house to live in and just...
That was just all they kind of knew.
Were there any mistakes that you made on your journey to the 2 properties by 21? Was there anything you think you could have done better?
Well, only thing was maybe after I got the first one, save a little bit better, like save as good as I saved up to going and getting my first house. Because after I saw obviously the equity come through on the first one, I was a bit like, I can spend a little bit more here and there.
Yeah, a lot of people fall into that trap. The equity starts, like for yourself, you're young and you got that 250 to 300K and you could easily go out and go on a nice holiday, upgrade the car. But where will you be at like 25 to 30 if you just stay disciplined and we take that cash out and we reinvest it back in, double down and keep growing it?
Yeah, 100%.
You could be in a really good position by 25 years old.
100%.
But I think I want to go back a little bit because I know you got a trade loan out.
No.
I want to dive a little bit deeper into that.
Yeah, this was a major key in me getting my first property. So basically, when I started the trade, on the first day, I got a loan. It's a trade support loan and it's a non-interest loan at $21,000.
For tools and stuff like that, whatnot, to help out,
It's to help out for your tools and whatnot. And it was $21,000 over the 4 years.
21?
21,000, yeah.
21,000, yeah.
And then no interest, and then it was 25% discounted at the end.
Yeah, so you only need to pay back like 15 of it. So you keep 5, 6.
Yeah, 100%. Yep. And then by the time I was coming up to basically looking for a property, and once I'd saved up 50 grand, so at the start it actually pays out more. And so I had about like 16 grand, like 15, 16 grand, like saved up in a separate account from this loan.
Yeah, because I remember you couldn't get into the property without using a little bit of it, right? Your first one.
I used all of it.
Yeah. So I remember you talking to me about it. You're like, Jake, should I use it? I don't know. You know, you're a bit.
Yeah, it was a bit like, oh, I don't know if this is a good idea, but yeah, after a bit of a chat, we decided, hey, let's go all in here, and yeah,
Well, how long you didn't have to pay it off for a certain amount of time, right?
No, you don't pay it off until after your apprenticeship. Then
Until you're earning a certain amount.
yeah,
for
it's
sure.
until you're
Yeah.
either earning a certain amount, and then if you're not earning a certain amount up until the financial end of the year, end of financial year,
Yeah.
then they'll take it off your tax returns.
But anyway, we were talking about it, remember? And then an opportunity came up, a deal came up, and I was looking at it, and I'm like, wow, like we can't. It was too good to pass up on, right?
Yeah.
So we decided to pull the trigger, use a little bit of the cash out of the trade loan, and take this deal out. Talk us through the deal. Like, what did you pay for it? Roughly, what is it worth now?
So
how long have you held that for? That's like 2 years, right? You held that for?
It's been about a year and a half.
Year and a half, okay. And so what did you pay for it? What's it worth now?
So I paid $380 for it. My deposit was 40,000. I had like 19,000 in taxes, and I got it valued, I think through the middle of last year, around July last year, and I got 500,000.
Yep. That market's gone pretty crazy too. I know the market that property's in, and yeah, they are actually selling around like 550. We are sourcing around 10 to 15 off-market deals a month. These are hitting our desks each month. Very rare deals. You're probably listening to the media, and as you know, it is very, very hard to get stock right now in Australia. They're quality deals, so they are getting snapped up straight away, normally within 2 to 4 hours. If you're looking to invest, apply with us at Buyers Fox. Whether you are sitting on a bit of cash or a bit of equity, we have brokers who will be able to get you a pre-approval fast, depending on your situation. We have deals ready to go each month, typically 10 to 15. These deals go very quickly because, as you know, in Australia right now, it's very hard to get your hands on stock. So don't miss out on this opportunity. Get in the queue. The vals are a little bit behind because the market's moved so quick, but selling it on the market, you'd get 550 plus every day of the week. Like, it's gone pretty hot.
Yeah, I've been looking through, and pretty much identical houses are going for 550. So yeah, you're 100% correct.
Yeah. So what's that? 1.5 years. You know, you can close 150K plus equity just on that one property. Now, talk to us about this next one. So we've talk to us about how we used property number 1 to go on property number 2.
So basically, I went back into saving after I got the first one.
Yep.
Was saving hardcore again, going hard. I think 6 or 7 months passed, and yeah, I spoke to the broker, and he's gone, yeah, we can do a equity release. Mm-hmm. I've gone, what is that? Like, yeah, let's go. And he's talking up like, yeah, we can get probably half your equity out of this house and go again. I was like, what? Like, that's crazy. I can buy another house.
So was that like a light bulb moment for you? Was that kind of like, right, I can see what I'm kind of capable of, and I can see where this is going?
Yeah, 100%. But also, I think another bit of a light bulb moment was just getting the valuation back. It was not even 6 months later. And
that was exactly like me when I got my first one.
Yeah.
Like, I bought my first property. I wasn't expecting it to do anything. You know, I got my valuation back 6 months later and made like 50 grand. I'm like, and at the time I was a plumber on very like minimum wage. That 50,000 over that short amount of time, I was like I was 19 as well at the time. Well, I was like, well, if I can just keep doing this, if that gets me out of plumbing, so be it, you know?
Here's the thing. At the time of the valuation, I'd been an apprentice for 3 years, and the amount of money I'd made from when I bought to getting that valuation back on the house was more money than I'd made in the 3 years in trade.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I couldn't believe that. I was just like, what am I? It kind of made me...
It is hard to believe, right? Until you actually go through it.
100%. Yeah, 100%. Once you go through it, you kind of start realizing...
Then you catch the bug.
Yeah.
You get addicted to it.
Yeah, definitely.
What surprised you the most about those two deals, you think? And the process of going through them? Probably just how much they've grown, to be honest. Sounds like
100%.
Getting the val back.
Yeah, the thing that surprised me the most was just seeing valuations and growth in the time that it grew. Like, part of me knew they were going to grow, but not as quick as they did. It was the speed that was just like, holy, like,
Do you know how crazy it is at such a young age for that to happen? For 250 to 300K at 21, and if we keep going down this route and compounding, we could be at 25 to 30. I'm scared to see what happens. Like, what's your goal? Tell us what your goal is. Come on.
So yeah, number one goal is by the time I hit 25, I want to have 10 properties.
10.
Yeah, big 10.
That's a bit ambitious. I think, man, like you're on you're on the trajectory to literally do that, though. You know?
Yeah, I think, but I'm always just thinking about the next step. So next step's just get the third one and then just let them compound up until I get 10.
Yeah, 100%. We structured your portfolio right. We're going to keep using the strategy that we're using, buying in these high growth, affordable locations, getting really good discounts on the way in. And yeah, we'll let them do their thing, you know?
Yeah, 100%. Those discounts are massive too. When you get discounts on your property, it just adds to that valuation.
Like, if you get a 5 or 10% discount on the property and then the market does another, say 10% that year, like add it together, 15, 20% growth over 1 year. It's like unheard of in the property market, you know?
Yeah, 100%.
So, man, if you can, because you've done very well at a young age, like what, if someone's on the fence, you know, they're 18, 19, don't know, oh, should I buy crypto? Should I buy stocks? Should I buy a new car? Like, you know, what would you say to them? Why would you tell them to get into property?
It's, for me personally, it was simple. It was just very straightforward.
Well, what would you tell yourself, actually, going back?
Yeah, go all in. Go all in. Like, it's...
Because you've literally seen what it can do now, right?
Yeah.
Man, it's so good we're working together now at Bias Fox as brothers. Tell the listeners because how important it is, how powerful it is to get guidance from someone who's actually done it. They've walked the walk, learning off their mistakes. Like, how much has that actually helped you get to where you're at?
Like, insane. It helps me insanely, like an insane amount. Like, I've pretty much been at Jake's side watching him throughout his whole journey, and he's been next to me throughout my whole journey.
Because you probably seen me buy my first property, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I was
like
still
10 years ago.
Yeah, 10 years ago. I was still primary school or something. But yeah, like you've stood by me throughout my whole journey, and like it's almost been kind of like mistakeless, if that makes sense.
Because I asked you before, what mistakes do you reckon you've made? And you haven't. I think you've done it perfectly. I don't like 250 to 300K and 2 properties at 21. Man, I think you've done pretty well.
Yeah,
you know? And I think like I've guided you up until now, and you're sort of leveraging off like, man, when I was your age, I made so many mistakes. I had no one guiding me. I was just winging every single thing. There was deals I lost lots of money on. There was times where I like shouldn't have done things. There was times where I could have gone harder, and I'm just able to nudge you in the right direction when you start to go off the path a little bit. And I think, your trajectory and where you're going, it's pretty amazing, to be honest. Like, I'm proud of you.
And thanks, Jake. You've been a key factor in basically guiding me throughout my property journey so far. It actually kind of reminds me of the first property you sourced for me. Is in Queensland, and you told me how I got a gut feeling on this one, on the building and pests, and you told me I got a gut feeling on this one. I think we need to pull out of it.
Yeah.
And that was a moment where I just
honestly, after seeing hundreds and hundreds of deals and like negotiating on thousands of them, you do, after like years of doing it, you do just start to get like these gut feelings on things, you know. And I learned, like, there was one time in my journey where I went against my gut. I was 23, 24 years old, lost about 50K on a property flip. Shouldn't have done. My gut was telling me, don't do it. But I went ahead with it anyway. I thought, you know, I was doing real well in property. Still had no one really guiding me. And I thought, you know, I'd have a crack at it. Lost a heap of money. I went against my gut. I learned so many things from losing that money, and I'll like from that day, I'll like never go against my gut again, ever. And it worked out pretty well, to be honest. But I think it's so powerful to take the guidance of someone who's walked the walk and made all those mistakes. So give you the framework so you don't make the mistakes.
Yeah.
And Flinny, this is going to be a absolute cracker year. We're seeing some hectic deals come through, to be honest.
Yeah,
Like this year.
100%.
We recently found one which has like hit the property triangle that we try to hit on every single deal. We target high growth areas, nice discount on the way in, and a property that has the potential to add value to, like whether it's a little subdivision or a cosmetic reno. Talk to us about this property we recently just found, which I reckon has hit all of those pillars pretty much bang on.
Yeah, so we've sourced this property. They're a distressed seller. They have a deposit already on another house.
Oh, there you go. So they need to sell.
Finance issues. They
Can
need
you
the
tell
money.
me what have we got it closed at first?
$390.
And what price did they bring the deal to us at?
$415.
So we've got $25K off. Talk to us about the deal. What is it?
It's a 3x2 brick,
Mhm.
original condition, massive block, good area, good high
What's
growth
the block
area.
size?
It was like 900 meters square.
900.
Yeah, built-in garage.
2 bathrooms as well in these areas. Having 2 bathrooms, it is pretty rare. Like most stocks 3x1 or 2x1.
Yeah.
Having the 3x2, you got that extra desirability as well.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
look, we got the discount on the way in. So go into a little bit about what sort of work it needs.
Oh, maybe just like a cosmetic reno, like paint,
Paint,
fix
floors,
up the carpets.
yep.
Like
fixtures, fittings, window furnishings, just stuff like that. Everything
yeah,
cosmetic, really. Yeah.
Just make it look nicer, and then you've got yourself one hell of a deal.
And once we spruce that up, like we've got comps in the area, like we know what they're selling for. The renovated nice ones. What are they selling for? What do you think you would get for it once it's all spruced up?
You get high fours, 450 conservatively, but
Conservatively, all right, high floors for sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, we got the discount on the way in, potential to add value to through a renovation, and it's in an area that is going crazy at the moment, right? How many agents are you calling a day in that area?
Oh, like 20?
20, yeah, 20 plus. Sometimes he sends me emails and he's called 30 plus, you know. So he's on top of it. How much stock is there available in this market under 400K? Like how many are you finding?
Oh, maybe like if I'm lucky, I'll find like 4 or 5 a week, and
And how many of them will you actually buy?
4 of them.
Yeah, get a good discount on them.
Yeah, if we get a good discount on them, if you say,
So you're calling 20 to 30 agents a day. That's 100 plus a week,
Yeah.
and you might get 4 or 5 of them if
Yeah.
you're lucky a week.
yeah, 4 or 5 a week, and that's usually depending on the relationship with the agent. See, if you don't have a good relationship with the agent, they'll spread it around a bit more, and then you're sitting there competing.
Yeah.
Whereas ones that I'm closer with,
You're getting sent the deal, and no one else knows about it but you.
yeah,
How powerful is that?
yeah, it's almost like you can't.
You're not competing with anyone.
Yep. So there's
Yeah.
there's no competition. It's kind of gives me better ground to negotiate.
Well, thanks, Flinny. I'm keen for this year. It's going to be a big year, and it was great having you on, eh?
Yeah, I'm keen too, Jakey. Let's rip in.
Thank you for listening. We'll see you on the next episode.